Hello and welcome to my demonstration today on eBA on a high level. eBA is our business process automation platform. It is a web-based system and can be accessed from any web browser after deploying it onto your cloud or on-premise server. It is also a permission-based system, so not everyone can see everything in the system. You can view what you're supposed to based upon your position, profession, department, and group. So this is the main dashboard of eBA. So for example, we have all of our approvals as well as our last visited documents. So if you have to view a document quickly, you can just go ahead and do that right here. And we also have some of our favorited documents. And eBA also consists of a notification system to get your latest updates. On your left here is the main menu. eBA consists of 4 main modules since it is a modular based system. For example, we have our document management module as well as records management, workflow management, and dashboard. So we can first start off with the workflow management module. So here we have all of our approvals as well as our notifications, sent items, and messages. So we also have different applications within eBA. As you can see here, we have different applications such as production management, quality management, project management, purchasing, sales and marketing, as well as legal, finance and accounting, and HR. And for example, let's say we have to complete an expense declaration form. So we can just do that right here. So here we can put in all the information for this particular expense claim form. For example, we can put the expense details in here. For example, we would put the expense type. So let's just say it is a food expense. And we can also add the date as well as the different currencies. And we can input the expense amount and as well as add a description. And we can also add any other attachments that we need to. And then once we're done, we can just do OK. And once we complete the rest of the information in this form, we can send it out. So for example, if we have to add any additional notes, you can do that right here. Or for example, if you have to add any other attachments to this form, you can just do that by attaching attachments over here. And once you are finished, you can just go ahead and send it out. So on your left here, we have the flow scheme. So for example, once the document is created by the flow starter, it would get sent out to the manager, and the manager can then either reject or approve the document. If they were to reject it, the flow starter would then get a notification. And if they approve it, it would get sent out to the finance department if the check amount is less than 500, for example. And the finance department can then either reject or approve. In the case that they rejected it, the flow starter, it would be sent back to the flow starter. And if they approve it, the flow starter will be notified, and then they can then export it to a PDF file. And that would be pretty much the end of this flow, this specific flow. And next we have our document management module. So the way that this module is set up is that we have different libraries, and in those libraries we have our folders. So for example, for each library, we're able to see the description as well as the date of creation, when it was last modified at, as well as who the creator was. So let's just go ahead into one of our libraries. And you can, and in this library, we have a folder, and in that folder, we have our documents. So you can always add a new folder as well as a new document if you would like to. And eBA consists of different document types. For example, it includes Excel, PDF, Word, audio, video, and so on. So just like our libraries, we can see when the creation date for our document is, as well as when it was last modified, and as well as who the creator was, the type of the document, as well as the version type, as well as the version date. And in order to view our document, we actually do not need any other type of solution or software. eBA has a built-in browser that enables you to view your document. So let's just go ahead and view one of these documents. So on our right side here, we have version. So we can select the version that we want to view. As you can see, this document has two different versions. So we can select the one that we want to view, and we can also add another version, or we can even compare different versions of the document. So here we have our document, and we can always download it or send it through mail, and we can also add notes to the document. So the way we can do that is we would go here and add a new note. So we would put in the description for this document, and we also have the ability to choose who is able to see these notes depending upon the user and the role. And if we come back here, we have a tab for security. So here, since I'm logged in as an administrator, I'm able to control who can do what to the document. For example, who can view the document, download it, print it, modify, and some other actions. And I can either allow the permission or I can also deny it, depending upon the person's role, position, profession, department, and group. And we also have the ability to send an external link. And here we have history. So here we're able to see pretty much the entire history of a particular document. For example, we can see who the last user was, as well as the action that this particular user had, as well as when it was last accessed at. So in terms of security, this is a really good feature to have because we can better monitor any type of maybe suspicious activity that's been done on your document. So this is a document management module. And next we have records management. So it looks pretty similar to the document management module. However, the document management module consists of live documents, whereas the records management includes completed documents, for example, human resources records, as well as invoices, as well as certificates, for example. So we have different types of certificates. And next we have our dashboard. So here is our dashboard, which has interactive widgets, and we can customize these widgets depending upon your company's needs. And we can always add or delete any of the widgets, and we can also export it to an Excel or PDF file. And here, as you can see, you have this design button. So once we click on that, we're able to design this particular dashboard. And we also actually have a maintenance administration panel. For example, we can monitor any some of our KPIs. And again, these are all interactive widgets. Just to show you, what we can do is, for example, if I were to choose a company here, as you can see, all the other the widgets change depending upon the company that I choose. And just like the other dashboard, we can also export it to an Excel or a PDF file. And lastly, up here, we have our delegations. So let's say if you want to delegate particular information, so we can either do it by a full delegation or process-based delegation, as well as position-based delegation. So in this case, let's say we're doing a position-based delegation. So we can choose the position that the person is, as well as who we want to delegate it to, as well as delegation start date, as well as expiration date. And this pretty much concludes my demonstration today on eBA on a very high level. Thank you for watching.